Oh. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a feel on my nails. It really isn't time just yet. I think this Friday will make 2 weeks since I did these nails, but they're looking a little crusty, and so I definitely feel like it's time for a feel. I don't know if you guys can really tell, but you see like around the cuticle area, it's looking really crusty. So I'm gonna be doing my feel, but I'm gonna let a few people join. So hello to everyone. We have Jen, we have Evelyn, Chabela. That's actually what I call my mom. Her name is Isabel, but her nickname is Chabela, so I call her Chabelita. So hello, hey Slady, hello, thank you so much. Hey Cynthia. So I don't know what I want. I know that I don't want to do like a color gel polish. So I was thinking about like just filling them back in with the same like nude acrylic that I already have on, and maybe do some sort of like design over the ombre, maybe in white. But I feel like now with my ring, like I got to keep my nails fresh, y'all, because I can't have nobody asking me to see my ring and then my nails look a mess. So what do you guys think I should do? Like, should I do a pop of color? Should I do just white over this ombre, like I said, like a design or something? So this is, hold on, I gotta add the light. So this is my ring. Hold on. I feel like the video or the camera do no justice for it. So it's a diamond in the middle, and then it's smaller diamonds around it. And they're actual diamonds, y'all, because somebody had tried to play me talking about some my ring just looked like everybody else's ring. And that had pissed me off, y'all, because I really like my ring. And it's actual diamonds on the side, because I'll be seeing some people ring like it don't be no diamonds. It just be like a hollow type of thing, and it kind of looked like it could be a diamond, but when you look at it up close, it ain't no diamond there. But mine got, I counted them, y'all, and mine got 30 diamonds in total, and it got the smaller ones around it, and then it got the big diamond in the middle, and they're all actual diamonds. I had to set the record straight because it had, well, it didn't bother me, because at the end of the day I love my ring, and that's all that matters. But hopefully that you guys can kind of see it a little closer. And then they even have a diamond right there too. It's really cute. I love it. So, okay, I see somebody saying do a pop of color. Somebody said refill with diamonds. I really don't want to do no bling, to be honest, because with this being like the engagement being so fresh, like people still want to see the ring when they see me. And so like I feel like I don't want my nails to be a distraction. I want them to go straight for the ring. Oh, okay, I forgot Easter's coming up. I forgot. I don't even know if maybe a pink, a light pink. Yes, Hayes, it's definitely, look, I need me a upgrade after however many years. Like, how is there like a certain time that people like do upgrades, or is that just like whenever my husband want to give me an upgrade? How does that work? I don't think that there's, I mean, of course I know like it's not something that it's a must. I know that people just kind of do it randomly, I guess. I see somebody say rose pink, pastel colors, hot pink. I don't know, y'all. I have to figure it out because I don't know what I want to do. Like, I just know that I don't want to do a color over all of the nails, just because somebody said 10 years, upgrade 20. Okay. Actually, y'all, I did not know until today that my parents' 30th year or 30th anniversary is coming up in December. And like us as their kids, are we supposed to do something for them, or is that something they celebrate on their own? Somebody said do a pastel blue and white. I mean, I could use my new acrylics, like I may do that. I may change the white to maybe one of my pastel colors from my spring collection, maybe. Oh, okay. Somebody said your husband is supposed to change the diamond and make it bigger. That's the upgrade. Okay, I thought the upgrade was just a whole new ring. What if I do a gray? That's I mean, y'all was talking about doing a pop of color. I don't think that's a pop of color. But I have blue, I have a peach color, I have a purple, a light pink, a yellow. I don't know, y'all, but let's go ahead and get started. We have 78 people on here watching, so I'm just gonna go ahead and then I'll make up my mind as we go. But as always, thank you all so much for tuning in, and I'm gonna try to read everybody's questions as I go. The camera will be up here, so I have to keep peeking through whenever I can. So let's go ahead and get started, and we'll see what I come up with. Just 1 second. Yeah, so somebody said it can be a whole new ring. That's what I always thought, that it'd be like a whole new ring. Okay. Okay. Make sure everybody can see. Alrighty, so I'm going to be going in. I'm going to take my ring off, y'all. I don't want nothing to get on it. So I am going to be doing... of course, going in and just removing the top coat and just following down my nails around the cuticle area. And this drill bit does look a little dirty, but I only use all of this stuff for myself, so don't worry. So I'm going to be using my Macart Flawless Pro E-File, which is this one, and I absolutely love it because it's really powerful and it's just absolutely beautiful. I do have a promo code for Macart, so I'll be sure to leave that down below. And then I've been using their dust collector, but I don't want to, I probably won't use it because it do, let me know if it gets too loud. I'll turn it on and y'all tell me. Okay, so somebody said, what are you holding your phone with? So I have this tripod that I got from Amazon, and I'll be sure to leave the link down below after I finish the video because it's in my Amazon storefront. Hello, Pretty and Lush. Thank you so much for following me. Yes, if you stay tuned, you definitely will learn a lot for sure. So let me know if the dust collector is too loud, because if not, I'll turn it off and just go without it. So this is actually I think it's the Symphony Dust Collector by Macart. Hey, Smiles World. I think that's what it was. Yeah, Smiley's World. Smiley World? Hello. Okay, y'all, let me know if this dust collector is too loud. I'll go ahead and start. So I'm just going to go in and basically file around the cuticle area. And see, this drill is so fast, y'all. So I slowed it down to 7,000 RPMs. And I'm basically just filing around my cuticle area to just basically file down the top coat. And then just making sure that it's nice and like what am I trying to say, y'all? I'm over here trying to read comments and talk at the same time. But it's nice and just smooth whenever I come in with more acrylic. That way the nail isn't too thick. And then, of course, if I have any lifting at all, I'll go in and file it off with this drill bit, which this is actually my extra fine tapered drill bit. It's the 5-in-1. So it's fine at the top, and as it gets down towards the bottom, it does get a little bit more coarse. But with this one, you're able to file down acrylic. You're able to remove gel polish. You're able to use it to file your acrylic after the acrylic application. You're able to go around the cuticle area really close, and it's not going to cut your client. You see, I'm filing on my cuticle, and it's not cutting me or anything. So definitely great for beginners, because I know as a beginner I was scared to use my e-file period because I was so scared that I would cut someone. So I'm just going to go ahead and do the same thing on all of them. Again, I'm just going in and making sure that I basically just remove all of the top coat, and then also filing the acrylic around this area to make sure that it's nice and lush. Yeah, so I'll be sure, like I said, I'll be sure to, I should have did it before, but I'll be sure to link everything. So if you don't stay throughout the entire video, I'll be sure to go in and link everything once I'm done with the live. I'll be sure to save it. But I do have a promo code for them, and I'll be sure to leave the link down below at the end. And then remember that if you have any, like even if it's just a tiny bit of lifting, you want to make sure that you go in with your e-file and you file it off. You don't want to go in with a pair of nippers to anything, because then you're going to cause the lifting to get even worse. And you'll know if you have lifting because it'll look a little bit whitish. And I usually don't have any, but sometimes I will get like just a little tiny bit to where you can barely even see it. But yeah, the acrylics that I used on myself, this is actually my Snow White acrylic, which is the glittery white. And then the nude is in the shade No Tan Lines. And that one is a part of my spring collection. But if you go on my website, I do sell all of them individually or as a bundle. So again, just going in and removing all of the top coat. I am going to speed my drill up a little bit. I feel like a lot of the time it's like, especially because I haven't been doing my nails as much as, like nearly as much as I used to. So now it's like I have to like kind of get in the, just in the groove before I can speed it up, because at first I feel like it'd be going too fast, and then after I've been filing for a little bit, I feel like I'm going too slow. So sped it up to 9,000 RPMs. Okay, so y'all see right there where it looked like it's a little bit whitish. So I'm just going to go in with my e-file and just focusing in that area. And of course, keeping my, like steady moving my e-file. I don't want to just let it sit right there, because if I do, it's going to cause friction and it's going to cause my finger to burn. And that just means that I left it in that one spot for too long. So make sure you keep it moving at all time. They said, is this the blending part? Is the... So no, this right here, during this part, I'm just filing down the acrylic to do my feel. And I'm filing down the top coat. Yeah, I know a lot of schools don't teach teach people how to use an e-file. And actually today I just went to my old cosmetology school. And because I was judging a nail competition, and the person, like the director of the cosmetology program, she was saying that they're having a committee meeting or some sort of meeting to basically help the school. Like they want to bring in people from the industry to help them kind of like basically guide them as far as like what they should be teaching, what they should change about the school, or something like that, I believe. And so at first I was thinking like y'all, I don't know. I don't want to just say, I don't know. But at first I was thinking like, I may not come. But now I feel like I should, because I feel like a lot of the time when we do like when I've done like meet and greets or nail classes, I feel like it's so many people that always talk about like, they basically all have the same story. Like, I went to nail school, but they didn't really teach me anything. Like, all they ever did was basically just, like I basically just paid to get my license, and I don't like that. And trust me, I don't like that at all either. And so I was like, you know what, like maybe this is my chance to like finally like try to make a difference, even if it's just with one school, but just basically letting them know, like, as a person in the nail industry, like the type of things that we, just because I was once a student, the things that we would like to learn, or the things that they should focus on and stuff like that. So I definitely think that I'm going to be going just to try to put my little 2 cents in there and see if they kind of take any of what I say into consideration. But I think that would be my way of trying to make a difference. Like I said, I feel like I've talked about this with so many people, and I feel like this is something that so many people always talk about, is that there's no good school, so they're not teaching us the right things, or they didn't do this, they didn't do that. And I feel like we just, it's time to make a difference, because I feel like too many people pay a lot of money, you know, to go to school, and then they end up feeling like it was a waste, or they end up coming here on YouTube and learning more from people like me than they do from school that they spent thousands of dollars on. So I feel like a lot of us can definitely relate to that for sure. Okay, so this is what my nails look like after I filed them down, and I'll show you guys the difference between the, or basically the before and after. So this is what they look like after I filed them down. You guys see it's nice and thin at the back, so whenever I fill them in, they're not going to be too lumpy. And then this is what they look like before. Again, it's already been like going on 2 weeks, so they've grown out just a little bit, not too much, but you see how they're starting to look a little crusty around the cuticle area, and so that's why it's definitely time to redo them. Exactly. Exactly what you just said. She said, right, they teach you just enough to pass the state board. And I don't like that, because it's like we pay too much money for us to come out of school and still feel like, you know, you don't know much. Okay, my dust collector just went dead. I never charged it. Like, I literally took it out the box and started using it. But it's fine. But you guys will be able to see how much dust is going to start flying around from the dust collector not being on. So even though the dust collector does not fully collect all of the dust, it definitely keeps it out of my face, my nose, my lungs, and all that good stuff. So that's why I still like to use it. So right now I'm doing my right hand with my left hand. So I'm still using it at 7,000 RPMs. I'm also still using it on forward, which is what I always use it on. Except for right now, I just basically have to be a little bit more careful with what I'm doing. But I basically still go around the cuticle area and then following the rest of the nail as well. And of course, I've been doing my nails for a long time, so I may make it seem a little bit easier than what it actually is, but it's just a lot of practice for sure. Somebody said that's exactly what happened to me. Had to learn actual nails and products and designs on YouTube to test out of school. We had to do 101 acrylic nail on a form. The rest was sanitation and anatomy. Thank you. So yeah, and that's definitely how it is. But thank you so much. Last name Hall. I'm sorry, I didn't want to sabotage your first name. Thank you so much. But yeah, and I really hate that, because like I said, we pay too much money to come out of school still having to basically learn so much on our own, and I don't like that, especially like if you go just like for me, I feel like in a way I understand, because like I did the whole cosmetology program. But for people that do just the nail program, and for them to still not come out knowing everything that they need to know, like, that's sad. And so, like I said, I'll be attending a committee meeting to try to make somewhat of a difference, hopefully. But I know, I feel like, and because I know some people, like, they'll message me and say, like, you know, in my state, this how it is, and we don't learn much. And I feel like everybody think that is just in their area. But no, like, trust me, it's like that everywhere. I've been to so many different places, and everybody literally has the same exact story about how they've paid all this money and they didn't learn much. Or even stories of people that don't even get the proper training to even pass the state board. Or there's even people that they went to a or a nail program and they never even had a nail teacher, which is ridiculous. But hey, I feel like I would have been like, okay, well, give me my money back. I'm about to go somewhere else. And y'all, when I say it's been so, I feel like it feels so funny me doing my right hand with my left hand, because lately I haven't really been doing my nails, especially since we were working on the building. I feel like I literally was just doing my nails for content, but not to actually wear them. And so for me to actually be doing both of my hands, it's been a challenge for sure. But as you guys can see, I'm basically just doing the same thing on all of them. And of course, as I'm doing this, you guys are more than welcome to ask questions or whatever you guys may want to talk about as well. I don't want to just be on here rambling. Thank you, Merlene. And like I said, when you see those little white spots, that's because the acrylic in that area was lifting. So you want to make sure you go in with your e-file and file that off. You don't want to go in there with nippers or anything because you're going to cause the lifting to get even worse. And y'all, when I say I absolutely love this drill bit, like if I would have been using any other drill bit, like I would have been cut myself while I was doing my right hand. But this one is definitely my go-to drill bit for sure. I know, right? Oh, hey, baby. I'm like, who is this? Y'all, my fiance on here watching my video. Did y'all watch our video? I posted a video about we did a video, or no, I posted a video like before, not before, I think it was after the engagement. It was kind of I was on my way to get my makeup done, and I just did like a little life update talking about how I thought that I was about to get proposed to, or I had a feeling that I was. And then I added some clips of the proposal, and then today I posted a video about it was like a story time about how we met, and we talked about the engagement as well and how it happened. Hello, Latina Nail Designs. Thank you for joining. Thank you, Marlene. Yeah, I know it was a pretty long video. I definitely was not, and I wasn't planning on it being that long, but I didn't want to cut anything out. And then I guess once we got to talking and telling the story, we just never be quiet talking. Thank you so much, Latina Nail Designs. Yeah, that man is literally my #1 fan. Like any video that I post, sometimes like I'll post a video and then out of nowhere I'll see him walking around the house or just walking around anywhere, and he's sitting there watching whatever video I post. Whether even if it's a nail video, he'll sit there and watch the whole thing. He in there supposed to be watching the basketball game. He's sitting there watching this video right now. So Michaela said, how do you properly apply nail tips? She said that anytime she apply the nail tips that they pop off. So you want to make sure, I do have a video on how to apply nail tips, which if you just go in the search bar and just type in Natalie Carmona, how to apply nail tips, you'll find one. But whenever you're applying your nail tips, you want to make sure that the nail tips fit perfectly on the nail. If they're too small, they are going to pop off, or even if they're too big and they're touching the skin, they're not going to stick. And then of course, if you're not using a good glue, they're not going to stay either. So you want to make sure that the nail tips are the perfect size. That's really, really important. Okay, so I finished removing all of the acrylic. So now I'm going to go ahead and just dust them off. Y'all, this dust collector definitely does help because now it's dust everywhere. Like literally everywhere. Move that out of the way. Okay. So after I finish, so this is what my nails look like after I filed down the acrylic. And so now I'm going to go in with my cuticle pusher, and I'm just going to push back the cuticles. Just push them back. And you don't want to sit there and just keep scraping, because I promise I've seen so many people doing that. You literally just want to go in and push them back. That's it. Push back, move on to the next one. Push back, on to the next one. The dust collector is the Symphony dust collector from McCart. As I mentioned earlier, once I finish doing this set, like once I end the live, I am going to save it, and I'm going to add all of the links down below to the description. I feel like I need to start doing that before I start the video, like go ahead and link products, but a lot of the time I don't be knowing exactly what I'm going to use. Okay, I see some people mentioning that they're having a hard time with acrylic application. So if you just stay tuned to this video, I'm going to be as detailed as I can. I'm about to start applying the acrylic in just a second. Okay, so after I push back the cuticles, hold on. So now I'm going to go in with my 180 sanding band, and these are my pink sanding bands. Again, they are the 180. You want to make sure that whenever you're using a drill bit to file your natural nail, that it's not that it's not more coarse than a 180, because it will file down too much on your natural nail, and that's what's going to thin your nails down. So you want to make sure you use a 180. Anything lower is going to be more coarse. Anything higher is going to be finer. So remember, you want to use a 180. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back in with my e-file, and I'm going to use it at, hold on. I'm going to use my e-file at about 5,000 RPMs. But as always, just adjust it to whatever speed you feel comfortable using it at. And what I'm going to do is I always go from the right side and just file all the way around the left side. And what I want to do is basically just remove the shine from the natural nail. Now, I don't have too much new growth, just because this Friday will actually make 2 weeks. But y'all, like I said, I can't be walking around with crusty nails and somebody asked to see my ring and my nails look a mess. So I need to make sure that they are fresh 24/7. So I'm going in with the e-file, and when I'm filing, I want to make sure that I always have stability. So what I do is I position my pinky on the side of my thumb. That way I'm able to move my drill everywhere. Like I have full control of my drill right now. If I'm not if I'm not holding my finger on the side and I just go in there like this, my drill is going to be everywhere. And that's where I seen somebody say something about the drill rolling underneath the finger. For one, if your drill is not powerful enough, if you have like a really cheap drill, it will do that a lot, because it'll get stuck and then it'll like bounce. It'll like go around your client's finger. So you want to make sure that you have a good drill that's powerful enough. And then two, you want to make sure that you're using it at a good speed. But just make sure you get stability and start from the right side. You see how I'm pulling back my skin too, because I want to get as close as I can to that cuticle. Because if not, if I just apply the acrylic and there's still shine on my nail, I will get lifting. So go from the right side and just go all around to the side. And remember, we're just filing until all of the shine is gone. You guys see how literally all of the shine is gone, and then I can move on to the next one. You don't want to sit there and do too much filing or think about it too much, because then that's when you overfile and then your client ends up with ring of fires all on their nail, which is the red lines. That's when you file too much. So just go in, remove the shine, move on to the next one. And I feel like a lot of people struggle with that. They think about it too much and they feel like, oh, I don't want to get any lifting, so I got to go in and file more. But no, literally, you're just going in and getting rid of that shine. That's it. Remember, make sure you have stability. You see how my pinky is on the side of my finger at all times. And I do the exact same thing when I'm working on clients. I always want to make sure that I have stability. That way I have full control of my e-file at all times. And during this step, I am using my e-file at 5,000 RPMs. But y'all, it is super important that when you're doing this, especially when you're a beginner, that you just kind of play around with your e-file. Like, just because I use it at 5,000, 6,000, or 7,000, it doesn't mean that you need to use it at the same speed. Just kind of play with it and see what you feel comfortable using it at. So next I'm going to go in and do the same thing on the rest. So now I'm just doing my right hand with my left hand. Like I said, it is a little bit harder, but I just kind of learned how to work around it. So just going all around. Still making sure that I'm going around. Same thing for this one, or for all of them really, but remember y'all, and you see how for this one, because I'm not able to get that stability, I just have to go in a little bit, just being more careful, but still getting as close as I can to the cuticle. And then also you guys will see me doing all type of hand movements, but it's just, y'all, you literally got to do what you got to do. But just as long as we don't have any shiny spots on the nail, like the goal is to get rid of all of the shine. But remember, I cannot stress this enough. You want to make sure that when you're filing, you're not filing too much, y'all. Like literally, I know I keep saying this, but just as long as all of the shine is gone, you're good to go. And I think I am going to just go in with the same colored acrylic that I have on, which is the color No Tan Lines, which is the nude. I feel like I really liked it. And then I'll probably just do a design with a pop of color, since that's what you guys asked for me to do. Okay, so just like that. Okay. So after that, I'm going to go in and just dust my nails off. And you definitely want to make sure that you dust them off really, really good after you finish doing all of your filing. Because if you leave any dust on the nails, that will cause lifting. Yeah, so I actually do my own toes, and y'all, every time I try to like film a video, like literally every time I do them, I think about filming a video, but I can never find like a comfortable position for me to like film, and so I always end up like just ending the video. Okay, so for my acrylic, I'm going to be using, I usually use my Viva paper towels, but I ran out, and I'm just going to use, I think they're like Bounty and stuff, but definitely super important that you use the Viva paper towels or the Blue Mechanic paper towels. Just something that's going to just really suck up your product. So I'm going to go ahead and put that over to the side. Let's see. And then I'm going to go in with my monomer, and I'm just going to be using my Get Nail 32 monomer, which will be available on my website at the end of the week. Y'all, when I say I have such a hard time keeping it in stock, like every time we restock it, it literally flies off the shelves. Like, it's so good. So I'm going to go in with the monomer. And these Dappin dishes, I did run out of them, but I have some different ones. They're basically almost the same, except for they're just all clear. So I'm going to go in with my monomer. Just a little bit, since it's just the feel. Thank you. And then I'm going to go in with my Odor Out drops. I have the peach ones, and then I have, and actually we got new packaging, which it looks the same, except for my new ones actually say peach and rose. So we'll see which one I picked up. Let's see. Oh, it's definitely the rose. Like when I say the smell is so strong, y'all, like it's so strong, which is a good thing. But so I'm going to go in and just do about 2 drops. And these, if you don't know, are my Odor Out drops. And basically what they do is they just reduce the odor of the monomer. And so it doesn't actually get rid of the, you know, like the funky smell of monomer, but it just gives it a more pleasant smell. So instead of it smelling like monomer, it's going to smell like roses in my room. And so that's what I love, because especially when you have other people living with you, or if you live in an apartment and you have people complaining about about the smell. Instead of them complaining about how strong it is, it's going to smell like roses. And so it's just, like I said, a more pleasant smell. So if you have that issue, definitely worth checking out. But before we go in with the acrylic, of course, we're going to go in with the dehydrator and the primer. And I do have these available on my website as well. So the first one that I'm going to use is the dehydrator. And this one you just apply on your natural nail. And this is basically just going to get rid of any of the oils that may be left on my natural nail. So if I forgot to file on anything, it will just basically remove those oils. Or if I accidentally went in and touched my nail with my finger and got, you know, some of my natural body oils on my nail, it's just going to basically remove that. So just applying that on the natural nail. And then after that, we're going to go in with the primer. And this is going to help the acrylic adhere a lot better to the natural nail. So just also applying that right on my new growth. And just like that. And then, like I said, I think I am going to just go in and do my nude acrylic, which is No Tan Lines from my spring collection, which is a beautiful nude color. And I'm just going to fill them in with that. And then for my clear, I'm just going to be using, let's see. Well, I'm just going to go in with clear to encapsulate. Yeah, so I usually use the Viva paper towels. These are not those. These are not the Viva paper towels. I ran out the last time that I did my nails, but definitely recommend the Viva. It's the Viva Signature Cloth paper towels. Make sure that they say Signature Cloth. That's really important. And they're just really soft and they literally absorb. Is that how you say it? Absorb or absorb? Absorb. Well, it basically suck in all of your liquid and acrylic, y'all. And it makes sure that it keep your brush clean. So also another thing before I get started, y'all, your acrylic brush makes a huge difference on the way that your acrylic goes on, because if you're using a really cheap brush, the acrylic is going to get stuck to your brush. And trust me when I say that I know this. I know what I'm talking about, y'all, because I was once a beginner and I didn't want to spend all of that money on a brush. But then I end up coming out of more money because now I got to buy a new brush every week because I didn't know how to take care of it. So you want to make sure that you spend, not, and I'm not even saying that you got to spend a crazy amount of money on a brush. Like my number 12 is about $20, I believe. And then my number 14, which is a tab bigger, this one is about $25. And both of these are really good brushes. And of course, if you take good care of them, they will last you a long time. But brushes are definitely, they'll make or break your set for sure. So make sure that you're using a good brush, y'all. So anyways, next what I do is I always make sure that my brushes are nice and clean and ready to be used. So I just dip them into my monomer, wipe them off, and just do that a few times. And like I said, I'm just going to be using the same color to fill them in. So we're going to go, since I feel like it's a lot of beginners on here, we're going to just quickly talk about liquid to powder ratio. So whenever you first start doing nails, you want to make sure that you really practice your liquid to powder ratio, because you need to learn how to basically pick up the correct size bead. Like for this set, because I'm only doing a set of feel, I'm not going to need so much acrylic. I'm probably going to need like a medium size bead. So whenever you're picking, I'll start from small. So whenever you're picking up a small bead, you dip your brush in and then you only wipe off, or you wipe off the whole brush, because we don't want that much liquid to be in this brush. Because if it was a lot of liquid, of course, we would be picking up a large bead. So again, for a small bead, you want to dip your brush into the liquid and wipe the entire brush off from the back of the brush to the front. Just wipe it off. And then just, you could either, I know there's people that drag, there's people that tap, whichever one you want to do. I typically like to do the tapping motion, and I just go in and tap 3 times. And then same as whenever I'm filing the nails with my e-file, I always hold my pinky on the side of the jar. That way my brush doesn't just go all the way in there, but I have control of what I'm doing, whether I'm dragging or I'm tapping. So I'm going to do it one more time, y'all. So dip it in. This is for a small bead. So I dip it in, wipe my whole brush, and then get 1, 2, 3. Get a small size bead. If I want to do a medium bead, I go in and I wipe off half of my brush. So literally where the middle of my brush is, I'm going to wipe off the tip. So go in at in the middle, wipe off the middle of the brush. And then I'm going to do the same thing. 1, 2, 3. As you guys can see, because there was more liquid in my brush, my bead is going to be slightly bigger. So there is my medium-sized bead. And then for a large bead, I'm going to go in and I'm only going to be wiping off the tip of the brush. So I'm going to dip it in and then I'm literally only wiping off the tip. Of course, there's going to be more liquid in my brush, which means that my bead is going to be larger. So 1, 2, 3. Got a larger size bead. Just like that. So I do have, this is actually, okay, so these brushes, they should be coming in this week. This is the number 12, but I do have the number 14 acrylic brush in stock right now on my website. All of the products that I'm using are from my website, which is getnail32.com. From the acrylic to the primer, the dehydrator, the brushes, all of this is available on my website. You see how there's really not that big of a difference. Let me wet this one so you guys can see. So this is the difference between the 12 and 14. So it's just a little slightly bigger, but like I said, it really just depends on if you like working with a smaller brush or a larger brush. But as far as like picking up the beads, of course, it's going to be the same concept. Small bead, you wipe all, like the whole brush. Medium-sized bead, you wipe the middle. And then for a small bead, you only wipe the tip. So you know what? I'm going to end up using my number 14 brush actually. But as I was going to mention, I do have a silicone practice mat where you're able to practice your liquid to powder ratio. It comes with all of the little different beads. And then I also have one that you guys can print out, but then you have to laminate it and all that stuff. So whichever one is more convenient for you, but you definitely want to practice your liquid to powder ratio before you start doing a set, y'all. It's really important. I know how exciting it can be to just go ahead and start doing nails, but you want to make sure that you practice your fundamentals and just start from the very beginning, from scratch, because your foundation is the most important thing. If you just go in and start practice and start doing nails, it's like you spend so much time on trying to do your nail art, your bling, and then because you didn't practice your liquid to powder ratio, now your nails are gonna fall off. So make sure that you start from scratch, y'all. Start from liquid to powder, all that good stuff. But anyways, enough talking. We're gonna go ahead and do my fill. So like I said, I'm gonna be doing about medium-sized beads. So same thing, dipping my brush in, wiping it off halfway, dipping it into my powder, getting a medium-sized bead and placing it as close as I can to that cuticle, but not to where it's on the actual skin. Tapping and then very gently blending it in with what's already there. And because I still have the ombre and I want to keep my ombre, I want to make sure that I'm not brushing too rough because I just want to blend the acrylic right in the middle. I don't want to brush it too far down because then it will take away from my ombre. And then I had a little piece of hair or something right there, so I'm just trying to take that off. Oh, there we go. I just need to go in and fix that. So remember, placing your bead as close as you can to the cuticle, but not to where it's actually touching the skin. And then if you do happen to get any product on the skin, just very quickly go in with the very tip of your brush and just wipe it off. I feel like that little piece of hair kind of threw me off. I feel like I have a little lump right there from where the hair is, but I can just go in and follow that at the end. But you guys see how like you can't really tell, but right here on the side, I still need just a little bit. So I'm going to go in with a small bead. So just dipping it in, wiping my whole brush, and literally, y'all, I just need just a tiny bit. place it where I need it, patting it down to kind of smooth it out, and then blending it in. Just like that. And then I feel like I need another one on the side too. So literally just, y'all, barely anything. Just enough to fill in that tiny, tiny gap. Because if I would have left it like that, even though it wasn't too noticeable, if I would have left it like that, most likely I would have got lifting. So we want to just go in and prevent that from the beginning. Okay, so just like that. See how we still have that nice ombre look? So same thing for all of them, y'all. So going in, wiping my brush off halfway because I want a medium-sized bead. Dipping it in, got my bead, placing it closer to the cuticle area. Once I place my bead, I start pressing it down or patting down to kind of spread it out. Very gently, y'all. Like when I say I work so gently, like literally I'm feathering the acrylic down. Wiping around that cuticle area. Just like that. And I feel like I didn't get, I don't know if you guys can tell, but I feel like I didn't get as close as I want to that cuticle. So I'm just going to go in with a tiny, tiny bead, placing it real close to the cuticle area, pushing it back, kind of just filling in that gap and just brushing it down. And since I did get a little on the skin, just going in with the very tip of my brush and just wiping that right off. Okay. That's what it looked like. Same thing for the rest. So see how it's literally the same thing over and over and over again, but it's just a matter of knowing, you know, how to pick up your beads. Because if I was going in and picking up huge beads, I would be flooding my cuticle area. The acrylic would literally be all over the place, and then my nails would end up super, super thick. And so this just goes to show how important it is, you know, to be able to pick up the correct like bead or like, you know, your liquid to powder ratio. It's super, super important when doing nails. It's not just about, you know, like, oh, I pick up my brush, dip it in the liquid, dip it in the powder. It's not just that. Like, it's literally a whole little technique to it, but it's just a matter of practicing and just doing it over and over again. So it just depends, y'all. So somebody asked, do I find it easier to use a bigger brush? So I actually, like, when I learned how to do nails, I learned to do them with like a size 12 brush. And so that's just kind of what I stuck to. Now, if I'm doing like super long nails, then I do like to go in with a large brush. So like if I was doing extendo nails, like I would probably use a size brush or one like this. I think this is an 18, so it's like really big, but of course I would be able to pick up like super large beads, and so it would just help me work a little bit faster. But if I'm doing like regular length nails like this, then a number 12 or 14 is fine. And then of course all brands are different as far as their sizing on their brushes. Yo, and I literally was amazed at how good I did last time when I did this set, just because it had been so long since I did my nails. And I actually did really good, and it didn't even take me that long. And as you guys can, or if you guys are noticing, I'm wiping, like as I'm working, I wipe my brush off a lot. And then also, if you guys would notice, like even though I'm wiping my brush off a lot, it's not a lot of product that I'm wasting. I hate to see when people go in with like super large beads and then they have acrylic dripping from the sides, and then by the time they're done, it's a whole bunch of product just wasted on their paper towel. Y'all, you want to make sure that you're working smarter and not harder, because when you're going in with a large bead of acrylic, like yeah, you may just have to go in with one bead, but then you're having to like pat here, pat there, push it up, push it, making sure it's not falling off the nail, and then getting the rest off, wiping it off. And that's just such a waste. So make sure, that's why I always say, like, I like to work with smaller beads at a time, because it definitely saves me product for sure. And I'm pretty sure you guys know exactly what I'm talking about, because I feel like so many people do it. Like even like videos that I've seen like on Instagram and stuff, it's like they do like a one ball method, and then they end up wasting so much product from just literally product that's just dripping off the nail. Yeah, see, I see people saying, "Oh my God, I hate that too." So Amy, I see Amy asked if I'm still taking clients. So actually I stopped taking, okay, hold on. So this one, I feel like I just need a tiny, tiny bit on the side. But Amy just asked if I'm still doing nails, and I actually stopped or taking clients. So I honestly stopped, or not honestly, but I actually stopped taking clients like last year in the fall, I believe, or probably even a little bit before then, only because I feel like, for one, I feel like I wasn't charging my worth. And so I feel like I was doing so much work and not basically charging enough for it. So I was going to just stop and then come back with new policies, new prices, and all that good stuff. But then we ended up purchasing the building, and then we started working on the building. And that has been taking up all of our time, literally all of our time since November. And so right now we're just kind of waiting to finally finish the building. We're like on the final touches, and we'll be completely done. But then I will start taking back clients, but mainly for just, content creating purposes. Okay, I just went in and basically filled in a few little spots that I seen, but this is, let me see, I feel like this one needs, and just a little reminder, as you're working, make sure that you're looking at your nails from different angles. That way you're able to see if you need to go in and apply acrylic anywhere, because for me, literally just looking at them from just, from here, and then if I turn them like this, or, whichever way I'll see spots that I missed. And so just go in and just add acrylic wherever you feel like it's needed. So that's what they look like. So Michaela, I actually do not have an air purifier here in this room. But I did have one in my nail room. Key, so I actually decided not to sell my vendor list, to be completely honest with you, just because I just feel like it wasn't fair for me. I know there's a lot of people that do it, but when I tell you, like, it took so much in me to like do my research and, like try out all these products. Like I spent so much money on like testing out so many different brands, and then for me to just go and sell my vendor list for $100 or $200, like it's definitely not worth it. But when it comes to starting your own brand, like I promise you, it's not that hard. It's just a matter of doing research and just basically testing out different brands and kind of see what works for you, because what may work for me may not work for you. And so it's all really just a personal preference as well. But even if you just go on, you like literally Google and just search it in, like you'll be surprised at how much information you'll find. But yeah, I really thought about it when I did that video, but then my fiance was like, no, like, I don't think you should do it. And then after just kind of thinking about it, I was like, it's true, you know, like I spent so much time doing so much research and just kind of beating myself up about it. And I just feel like it just wouldn't be fair. And like I said, I know there's a lot of people that do it, but I don't think that I'm going to go that route. So hopefully you understand. Who, y'all, I'm doing my right hand with my left hand now. So bear with me. You see, I'm having to add a little bit more product on this one for sure, but still trying to work very gently as I'm doing this. That way I'm not creating a mess, which this time actually came out pretty good. Okay, and as you guys can see, like when I'm doing my right hand with my left hand, a lot of the time it's easier for me to go in and pick up my bead with my right hand, and then I just switch my brush over to my left hand. So sometimes you'll find little things here and there that will work for you, that'll just make the process a little bit easier, which is completely fine. Okay, I added a little bit of clear right here on the side because it looks like I chipped my nail. And I think it happened yesterday when I was chopping up tomatoes or something. And I think I like kind of sliced the side of my nail. And I guess I chipped it. So I'm just going in with a little bit of clear and just filling that in, because I definitely do not want it to break. Yeah, so that's why I decided not to do it, which I really even hate that I mentioned it, because now I feel like so many people were looking forward to it, and then I kind of like changed my mind, but I feel like my reason is definitely understandable for sure. Okay, I'm going to switch out actually, you know what? It's okay. I was going to switch out my paper towel, but I just flipped it over. And then also, y'all, make sure that you're not working. Like once you see that your paper towel is getting too dirty, just go ahead and either flip it around like I did or just switch it out. Okay, so placing my bead. Ooh. This one got a little bit on the skin. I think this bead was a little bit too big, but just going in very quickly, wiping the sides off, blending it in. Y'all about to see me struggle. Oh, it wasn't too bad. See, you definitely want to still work a little bit fast when that happens. That way you are able to control your product right away. Because if not, if that acrylic was to dry, then I would have been left with a big old lump on my nail. And then, of course, as I'm working, I'm still making sure that I have a nice apex, which is this area right here. I do not like when people's nails are literally just paper thin or flat. That's how breakage come in. That's how your nails start breaking off, and then your whole entire natural nail ends up breaking in half. And you don't want that at all, y'all. Like, I know how painful it is. So make sure that as you're working, you're building that apex. And of course, during a fill, you already have that apex. We're just making sure that we are able to keep it when we're going in and applying more product. I am using, this is the shade No Tan Lines from my website, which is GetNail32. And it's a part of my spring collection. But as I mentioned, you can buy it individually. Again, the website is getnail32.com, and this is the shade No Tan Lines. And it's such a pretty color, y'all. And tomorrow, I know I do have a nude collection as well, which are similar like nude colors. But it is current, like some of them are currently out of stock, but I will be restocking it tomorrow. And then the monomer will be restocked by the end of the week. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah, it's definitely super cute. It's like not too, brownish, but it's not too light either. It's literally the perfect shade of nude. Look, if I get a look quiet, it's because I'm over here trying to concentrate, making sure it looks good. Okay. I'm going to go in with a little bit of clear because I don't want to bring that nude too far down. And I feel like it was a dip right there. So just going in with the clear to even it out. And remember that when you brush your acrylic down, you want to make sure that you're really gentle, because if you go in and place your bead and then brush it super harsh, you're literally going to just be like brushing the product right off your nail. I know, right? It's like you get so like zoned out, or I feel like I do. Sometimes I just kind of zone out and I get like super quiet, but it's because I'm like trying so hard not to mess up. I feel like I did this it's been an hour and I'm almost done. So it's not too bad. I feel like it was going to take me a lot longer. But I also been doing a lot of talking. So I feel like if I wasn't recording, I probably would have did it a lot faster. Somebody said, hello, beautiful. Loved your Q&A video this morning. Hey, Norma, thank you so much. Y'all, sometimes I be scared. Well, not necessarily scared, but whenever I post like more personal videos, like even about like the engagement or like the Q&A that we posted this morning, the story time / Q&A, I'd be a little like, not freaking out, but I just be wondering like how you guys will react, or not even react, but just, I know some people, I've had people that say like, like this is supposed to be a nail channel, like why are you posting like personal stuff? But for one, I never said, like my channel is called Natalie Carmona, so I'm able to post whatever I want. But I just be a little skeptical, but I'm glad to hear that people liked it. And I feel like even though it didn't get as many views yet, I feel like, the comments that I've gotten have all been positive comments for sure. So I love that. So remember, if you're a beginner, make sure that you please practice your liquid to powder ratio, y'all. You don't want to just start with doing a whole set and then not even know how to pick up a bead, because it's not, I've literally seen people go in and do this, dip it in, go in the powder, and then look, that happens. And that's what you don't want. And I promise that I see this a lot, like a lot. Like I've done classes, I've done 101 video classes, and I see that a lot. They think that you literally just need liquid and powder and that's how you create a bead, but no, like you have to practice your liquid to powder ratio in order to do a correct set. And I'm pretty sure you guys have seen that too. So remember, small bead, you wipe off your whole brush. Medium bead, you go in and wipe off the middle of the brush. And then a large bead, you dip it in and just wipe off the tip of the brush. So just a little refresher. So then, hold on. Let me go ahead and put this up. So again, this was my acrylic powder in the shade No Tan Lines. I know I already said that a lot, but this is what it looked like. Yeah, so I do have a practice sheet on my website. I'll try to link the one that's free, which is just the PDF form that you can download and print it out on your own. But then I actually have a silicone practice mat on my website that you can purchase. And that one, you can keep reusing it. You don't have to worry about it getting, messed up or anything. And it has all of the beads on there. But this is what my nails look like after filling them in. So pretty. So now I'm going to go in with my Get Nail 32 8080 hand file, and I'm just going to be reshaping them. Of course, they're already that almond shape that I want, but after applying the acrylic, sometimes we get little rough edges, or just after wearing them for a few, days or weeks or whatever, the shape kind of just dulls out from, us picking up stuff or whatever. Let me see. Yeah, so key, definitely practice that liquid to powder ratio. I do have a video that specifically focus on liquid to powder ratio. If you just go in the search bar and type in Natalie Carmona liquid to powder ratio, I think I actually have a few videos on, on that topic just because it's so important. But just go watch one of the other ones as well, just because they'll be more detailed, but they should help. But I'm glad to hear that, just you watching this live helped you even more. Okay, so just going in and basically following the sides and just kind of rounding off the tip a little bit. And of course, this step is not going to take much at all because, again, we already have that shape that we want. We're just going in to redefine it. Hey, Janice. Thank you for joining us. And just a little reminder that if you're watching, don't forget to like, make sure that you interact with me, and make sure that you subscribe to my channel and you turn on those notifications. That way you don't miss out on any of my videos. Because obviously you guys see that I just randomly come on here and do lives, and my lives tend to be very helpful because I'm able to interact with you guys, answer questions as we go. Sometimes you guys ask questions that I don't even think to, mention as I'm working. And so I really enjoy doing lives like this as often as I can. And y'all, I really am liking this shape on my nails. When I did the set last week or whenever, I was a little skeptical on doing this shape because I hadn't had it in a long time. Like, I've been doing coffin for the last few years, and so I was kind of scared to switch it up. But I feel like it really fit my hand. Like, I really like it. And especially because it's not that pointy. Michaela, honestly, I don't know as far as like timing. Like, I can't just tell you like, oh, like I practiced for 2 months and then I started taking clients. Like, girl, it's been so long, I cannot remember. But I just remember that I was practicing until I was able to keep the nails on for like 2 weeks. Like, literally, once you're not getting lifting, like, you're good to start taking clients. Just because you don't want to do nails or start taking clients and then the nails are coming off the next day or two. Like, because for me, that was super embarrassing and I just didn't want that to happen. Of course it will happen because I know, or at least for me it did. So like, I did go through a little bit of that. But you want to make sure that, again, before you start taking clients, you try to work on your shaping as much as you can, because that will make or break your sets. And then also your lifting. You want to make sure that you're able to prevent lifting. That way you don't do a set and then they're calling you 2 days later telling you that their nails came off and now they want their money and whatever, because, you know, people like to tussle. So definitely keep that in mind. Okay, so whenever I'm filing my right hand with my left hand, instead of going, because it's so hard to like do that filing motion, what I do is I hold my file with my left hand and I move my right hand against the file. Just like that. So remember, you're going to find things here and there that kind of help you work a little bit easier. So the top coat is still the same formula. It's just the new look. It's just the new bottle. I like the square version more, or rectangle shape more. Probably so. Are you guys having problems with the connection? Like, is it looking blurry or anything? I hope not. Let me make sure that hold on. Okay. I see somebody saying no. No, okay. Yeah, I'm on Wi-Fi, so maybe it may just be your connection. Yeah, so this is always what helps me, y'all. Like, cause y'all, like this right here, trying to do this is so hard. Like, of course, with my other hand, it's a lot easier. But following my right hand with my left hand, I always just basically hold the file straight and then just do all the movement with this hand. And as I'm filing, just looking at my nails from different angles just so I can see where I need to, which side I need to file more. Key, so if you're, okay, so I know I get this asked a lot. So a lot of times people ask me like, what can I do like if I'm losing motivation? And honestly, y'all, if this is something that you're truly passionate about, like you're not gonna give up, because you know it's something that you really enjoy doing, and it's just gonna always, you know, be there. You may give it up every now and then, because trust me, I did the same thing. And I understand like it's frustrating when you practice so much and then you're still getting lifting, or your nails are still, you know, breaking off or something. But it's just a matter of practicing. Like, this is not something that's going to come to you overnight. This is something that it's all about repetition. You have to do it over and over and over again, and that's the only way that you're going to get better. Like, you can't just sit there and watch a video and then expect for your next set to be perfect. Like, no, like you still have to put in the work, and you have to just be dedicated, y'all. Just be dedicated. Remember that consistency is key. And of course, whenever you first start, don't burn yourself out. Just set maybe a 30-minute timer, or just say like, okay, I'm gonna do a nail every day for this long. And then after that, I'm gonna switch to doing 2 nails a day, and just practice a little bit here and there, but do not burn yourself out. And then as far as timing, what I like to do, or what I at first like okay, so at first, when you're first starting out, don't worry about your timing. Just make sure that you learn your steps. Of course, before you start taking clients, you want to make sure that you learn all of your steps really, really well before you start worrying about timing. But once you know all of your steps and you know exactly, of course, what's next, like what I apply now and how to do my liquid to powder ratio, then what I used to do is I used to time myself. And I used to just basically try to beat the time every time. But I would say that 2 hours, like no more than 2 hours, is good timing. I know as beginners, some people, like, trust me, my first set took me like 4 or 5 hours, y'all. And literally when my sister woke up, she like bit all of the nails off. And I feel like we all have similar stories. I feel like so many people have gone through that step where it's like you spend so much time on a set and then it come right off. But trust me, that's just a part of the journey. Like, you are going to go through all of the crazy things that we all go through. The nails that break off, the nails that lift, the nails that the rhinestones, you know, don't stay on. Like, we all go through those steps. It's literally just a part of the journey. And so, like I said, if this is something that you really enjoy doing, it's going to be easy for you to stick to it. But don't burn yourself out. If you need to take a break, take a break. You know, don't feel like you're letting yourself down. Just take a break and then pick it back up. But definitely, like I said, consistency is the key. And that's with anything in life, not just nails, but consistency is the key to everything. But I finished shaping all of my nails. This is what they look like. And so next I'm going to go in with my drill again. And I'm going to go back in with my extra fine tapered drill bit. And I'm going to use it at about 5,000 RPMs. And what I'm going to do basically is, like, you see how my nails are pretty nice and smooth. Like, I don't have really any bumps or lumps like this one, because I had the little piece of hair. I did have like a little dent there. But what I want to do is basically focus on sealing the cuticle area. I want to make sure that there's no gaps between my natural nail and my acrylic, because then I will get lifting. So same thing as the very beginning, pushing my skin back, positioning my pinky on my finger. That way I have full control over my e-file, and I'm able to like make it go exactly where I want, whether it's around the cuticle area, at the tip, but having that stability at all times. And I go around the cuticle area, going back and forth. You don't want to leave your drill in one spot for too long, because it will cause friction and it's going to cause your client's nail to burn. So just keep it moving at all times. Go from the right all the way to the left side. Once you get to the left side, start back at the right side. And I'm basically just following until I'm able to see where the cuticle is, where the natural nail is, and where the acrylic is. And then I start following the rest of the nail. So you guys seen whenever I was following around the cuticle area, I was keeping my drill bit in this position where the top of the drill bit is going along the cuticle, just like that. And then whenever I'm following the rest of the nail, I switch my drill bit and I'm following down the nail. And when I'm doing this, I'm still watching to make sure that I'm not falling too much product off the nail. I just want to make sure that I even it out. And so I'm looking at the nail from the top to make sure that everything is nice and smooth. And I'm able to see if I have any bumps or lumps, or if it's uneven and maybe I need to file more, you know, wherever I can go in and do so. But I'm at to show you guys exactly what I say, or what I mean when I say that you should be able to see where the cuticle is, where the natural nail is, and where the acrylic is. So what? Okay, so I dusted off, and you're able to see right there, like literally, it doesn't have to be a huge gap, but literally, and it won't really focus, but just to where you're basically able to see your cuticle, natural nail, and acrylic, and it's nice and flat and flush. And right here I still had a little bump, just like that. So same thing, y'all, going around that cuticle area. So I actually have not used my airbrush. I've been meaning to get it from my mom's house, but I haven't, because I have been seeing that so many people are doing like the airbrush designs, and I want to try it out. But y'all, like, I honestly have not even used it enough to just fully know exactly how to use it. I think one thing that I can say is making sure that you like, of course, thin down your polish with like a little bit of acetone or alcohol. That way your polish is able to flow through the airbrush really nicely and easily. But other than that, y'all, like I have not used it enough to just give you guys like full on advice, and I'm sorry about that, but I do want to go and get it so I can do a set using it. And y'all, just a little reminder, you definitely want to check out this drill bit, because when I say it's definitely a lifesaver, because I promise you that if I was using any other drill bit, I would have already cut myself. But this one, like you see how I'm touching my skin and it's not cutting me at all, but it's able to get my cuticle area so nice, like literally so nice. I was going to say something else, but it's able to get it like really nice and flush. You see that? It looks so good. So definitely check it out. Again, this is my 5-in-1 extra fine tapered drill bit. I feel like I should have like a promo code from my website. So anytime I do a live, you guys that are watching the live can shop on my website and use the promo code. What do you guys think about that? Like a little flash sale. This is my 5-in-1 extra fine tapered drill bit from my website, which is getnail32.com. Ah. Jana said yes to the discount. Do you find the sound of the drill satisfying? Is that what you're saying, that it sounds so good? Yes, Rachel. So the monomer will be restocking most likely Friday, for sure. Hopefully before then, but I'll keep you guys updated on my Instagram. What do you mean by smudgy? I don't know that I understand when you say smudgy acrylic. Because a lot of the time, if your acrylic, if you're using the correct liquid to powder ratio, you shouldn't have any problems with your acrylic not applying on good, unless you're just not using good acrylic, of course. Yes, Rachel. Yes. Y'all, when I say I'm absolutely in love with my acrylics, like they just go on so good. And I feel like, just a little reminder, y'all, like if you're a beginner, do not go on Amazon and buy the little cheap kit of acrylic, because that literally will make you want to give up. Like they just are so hard to work with. A lot of the time they're MMA acrylic, which means that you don't need to be using it on yourself. So you definitely want to invest in a good set of acrylic and brush as well. It'll make your experience so much easier, I promise you. Like, I'm not just trying to get you to buy my products. I'm not saying that you have to, you know, that it's only if you use my products. No, like just any products that are good, you want to go in and use those starting out. A lot of companies have like starter kits that you can buy, but y'all, trust me, using good products will definitely change your whole entire journey of doing nails, because it can either go real good or it can go really bad. And I feel like some of y'all will be able to relate. Thank you, Sharon. Thank you so much. I definitely love hearing all of the positive feedback on my acrylic line. I remember when I was so scared to like launch my own acrylic line, because I was like, what if it's not good enough? What if people don't like it? You know, like I was just so in my head. And then one day I was like, you know what? Forget it. I'm going to go for it. Like, obviously they're good because I'm able to use them, and I'm a nail tech and I've been doing nails for so long. And it's not like I'm just, you know, just putting something out. Like, it's something that I actually like using and trust. And so I decided to go for it and haven't looked back since. Yeah, making sure that I go around this cuticle area really good. I don't want any lifting at all. Y'all girl be washing dishes, and I don't need my nails lifting when I'm washing them. Thank you, Jay. Yes, they're definitely like, y'all, when I say like a lot of these, never mind. Never mind. Because I gotta, never mind. I was about to get a little petty, but never mind. I'll keep that to myself. My fiance may still be watching. I'm going to get in trouble. Thank you, Daisy. Thank you, Evelyn. Thank y'all so much. Let me see. Oh, y'all, we almost done filing and we can get to the nail art part. I know y'all probably bored of watching me file. But I've had a good amount of people on here. We've had about 100 people the whole time watching. So thank you all so much for tuning in. I appreciate the interaction so much because y'all don't got no friends. So y'all the only ones I be talking to. No, y'all, when I say like somebody said, do I have any crazy story times? I honestly do not, y'all. Like I honestly don't really be doing much for me to even have any crazy stories or nothing. Like I am like, you know how they say like, have you ever seen that post that says like, I've protected my peace so much that now I don't have no friends? Like that's me. I don't have no crazy story times, no nothing petty to talk about. Like I don't. I wish that I could entertain y'all a little bit more. But I like having a peaceful life where nobody bothers me and I don't bother nobody either. I know, Janice. I took it off like before I even started because no, ma'am. It's too much dust over here. I told my fiance I was going to get my ring cleaned once a week, which I was just playing, but because he swears that I'm more in love with my ring than I am with him. Wait, Evelyn, why? Who are you about to fight, girl? No, today my day consisted of going to judge a nail competition and then came home, did orders, went to drop them off. We went to the store because I told my fiance that now, like, usually, like, he'll buy me roses, but he'll give me like 1 dozen. And so after getting 4 dozens for the engagement, I was like, they look so pretty because I like keeping flowers on my counter, like on my in my kitchen. And like they just look so pretty and I've always like just keeping fresh flowers. And so I was like, after seeing those 4 dozens of roses in that vase, like now like I want 4 dozens like all the time. Like, I'm not taking anything less than 4 dozens. And so we went to the store after we finished dropping off packages, but we both forgot our wallet. Because y'all, we be moving around so fast. So, like, we move around a lot. Whether it's going to the gym, come home, do a video, do, you know, orders, take orders. Like, we move around a lot. And so we both forgot our wallet. And so I looked it up to see if they accepted Apple Pay. And it said they did. So we went ahead and went to the store. And then we're checking out and they don't take it. And so we ended up just coming home. And so I was like, we'll try again tomorrow. But that's what our day consisted of. But I was going to get orange and yellow roses. Usually I just do red or pink, but I wanted to change it up, especially since it's spring now. I wanted something a little bit brighter in the house, but I guess we'll have to try again tomorrow. But anyways, now I finished filing all of my nails. And so now I'm just going in with the buffer. And this is going to get rid of any of the scratches left on the nails from the hand file or the e-file. So just buffing them really, really good, y'all. I want my nails to be super smooth. Getting underneath the nail as well. The sides. And I'm going to do that on all of them. Hold on. I see somebody say, hi, Natalie, just a little bit. Including other stuff about your post is always good. That's how you engage with your followers. Being personable grows your channel, so none should throw shade. Yeah, I'm trying. I know, like, a lot of the time I don't know, y'all. I just be a little iffy about what I post, because even though I've been doing, I know, like, when you do YouTube or any type of like social media, you definitely have to have like thick skin, because some people just don't have any filter. Like, they're social media thugs. Like, they gonna sit there and talk their shit, I mean their stuff behind the screen. And so you definitely have to have like super thin, hello to Korea, but you definitely have to have like really thick skin. And I feel like for the most part I do, but then there, like, sometimes I do get some comments that are just a little bit more like touching, you know, they hit a little soft spot. And so that's why sometimes I'm just a little bit more skeptical, or like, you know, I just kind of think twice about posting some stuff. But I do need to start posting more about just me, you know, just because, for one, I just feel more comfortable, just me being in a better spot mentally, physically, emotionally, and all that good stuff. Like, I feel like I'm more willing to just open up, and just, I feel like I feel more, just a lot more happy with life, period. And so I, you know, don't mind coming on here because I don't have attitude, you know. Like, I feel like a lot of the time I just either had an attitude, or I just didn't feel like it, or, you know, life. Thank you so much, Rachel. I appreciate that. So where are you guys watching from? So I see somebody said they're watching from Korea. Where are my viewers from, my subscribers from? I feel like I always get a lot of people from California, a lot of people from Florida, Texas, New York. So where? Augusta, California, Orlando. Bahamas, Kansas City, North Carolina, Chicago, Missouri, Tampa, Tennessee, Wisconsin, France. Hello. Brooklyn, New York. I want to go back to New York this year, y'all. Like, I want my fiance to experience New York around the holidays, like close to Christmas. I feel like it's so beautiful. All the Christmas decorations, all the Christmas trees. Like, I fell in love. And Jamaica, oh, I want to go to Jamaica so bad, y'all. Like, so bad. Michigan. Somebody else said Bahamas. New Mexico. Virginia Beach. I've been to Virginia Beach actually one time, but it was literally just to Virginia Beach. We just went to the beach and then got back on the road. Georgia. I know, right? Like, it's literally people from just all over, like, literally. Yes, I want to go so bad. Just seeing like, I feel like so many people lately have been going to Jamaica, and it makes me so jealous because I want to go so bad. But I'll be out there one day. Oh, y'all, my hand hurt from doing all of this buffing. Thank you so much. Yeah, so when it comes to doing your right hand, it definitely takes a lot of practicing, like a lot. And see, I started practicing like doing nails on myself. And so that's how I got good because for a while, like, you know, like I would practice on my younger sister and that's really all I had. And so when I wanted to practice, I would just practice on myself. So then I used to practice so much that it got to the point that I could do my own nails better than I could do somebody else's nails. So it's all about practice. So now I finished buffing my nails. And so now I'm going to go in and just go wash them off before I start the polish. Jay, yes, definitely New York is somewhere that I feel like everybody should visit. I feel like if you live in New York, you're probably like, it's overrated. You know, it's not all that. But just coming from like a smaller town and stuff, like it's just so much to see and it's just a whole nother vibe for sure. Hold on, I'm gonna quickly clean the camera. We have Dallas, Texas in the building, which is literally 4 hours from me. Okay, so I'm gonna quickly go wash my hands off and then I'll be back. Okay, yeah, so I just washed my hands off, and this is what my nails look like. Okay, so I see y'all still talking about New York. So y'all, the first time that I went to New York was like in July for 4th of July. And when I say it was so hot, like it was literally in like the 100 degrees. And you guys know that out there, like it's a lot of walking, like a lot. And so I remember one day we walked like, you know, just sightseeing and stuff. And we walked like 13 miles in 100 degrees weather, and it was just a horrible experience, and I feel like it ruined it for me. And so I told myself that I was gonna go back, and so I think I went like that following year, but I went in the winter time because I love the cold time or the winter time. And like even though it was really cold, I think it had just snowed like right before we got to New York. And so I think it was like, y'all, like below freezing, I think. But I didn't care. Like I'd rather be cold than be hot. And so like I said, it was like around Christmas time, and so it just felt so good to me. And I got to see all of the Christmas decorations and all that good stuff, so I really enjoyed it. And I want my fiance to come with me around Christmas time. But see, we're like the opposites. Like he loves the summer, just the hot weather, and I cannot stand it. Like I have an attitude in the heat. But maybe I can convince him to come. Okay, so y'all, I don't know what I want to do. I feel like I kind of want to do, but I don't know if I'll be able to do it on both of my hands. I kind of just want to do like the little, let me see, I'll do it on one and then see if I want to do it on all of them. No, I know I'm not going to be able to do it on my other hand. No, it's not going to work. I already know. I'm not even going to sit here and waste my time. Y'all, what should I do? I know somebody said bright colors, but I don't know. Maybe if I do my hot pink, oops. Do I want something this bright on my nails? Something colorful. What if I just do like, somebody said use my summer vibes. So this is actually a part of my summer vibes collection. It's my hot pink. Yeah, the problem is I don't have that many gel polishes here. I only have like a few colors. No, I don't know. I don't know, y'all. I'm real tempted to just leave them just ombre. But nope. Let me see what other people said. Um Pastel colors, summer vibe collection. Somebody said it's springtime, so do something colorful. Do pastel colorful. Yes, hot pink. It's just the problem is, am I going to be able to do it on my other hand? I don't want to walk around with two different hands, which, trust me, before I wouldn't mind, but now I'm a little, I feel like I'm becoming I was telling my fiance today, I feel like I'm becoming a minimalist. Let's see. I'm trying to look up an idea on my phone. Foil flowers, marble designs, some daisy flowers. Should I add some bling? Hey Terry, thank you for joining. Okay, y'all, so we just gonna have to put something together. But I really don't think that well, I don't know. Y'all help me. Let me see. Let's see. No, okay, so I see somebody said no bling. I'm going to try to incorporate that pink because so many people said bright. And so I'm going to go in with my blooming gel and see if I like it. Let's see. So I'm going in with the McCart blooming gel. And then y'all, I want to take y'all's advice, but I kind of don't want the bright colors. Like I said, I kind of want my ring to stand out, and I don't wear bright colors. So I think I'm going to stick with the white. I'm sorry. Which I think, keep or take it off, because I think that first bead was too wide. Should I do maybe this design? Which I think, let me know before it spread too much. Should I keep it or take it off? Hurry, 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 hurry. Keep. Somebody said keep. Keep. Take it. Somebody said take it off. Take it off. Keep, keep. Okay, keep. I'm keeping it. So I'm putting it under the light. Oh, somebody said, so many other people said take it off. Yeah, I done put it under the light already. Off. Oh, wow. Now I feel like I need to take it off. Y'all finna have me file this thing off my nail. So y'all want me to file it off or what? Ugh. Okay, so we gonna have to take it off. Somebody just said it ain't it. Yeah, I'm really just tempted to just keep my ombre and say forget it because I like my ombre. It may just have to be a live video on how to do a ombre video. I mean a ombre feel, cause and I still gotta eat dinner. We may have to get creative another day, y'all. Hold on. I may listen to y'all and just do a top coat and call it a day. I feel like we've been on here enough for today. Right, I like my ombre. I was just trying to get a little creative with my nails, but ombre it is. Sorry to disappoint. Baby, but that's the thing. I'm not going to be able to do it on my other hand. I wish I could. Like, I want a really cute, like, deep French on myself, but I'm not going to be able to do that on my right hand. I want it so bad. That's why I be doing it with my press-ons, because of course I'm able to do that. But if I do it like on acrylic nails, I just can't. And I wish that I could find somebody to do it here. Like if I could just go somewhere and get like a really cute. Okay, come on, come help me. So y'all, we just going in with my NC gel top coat, which is so freaking shiny. Like it literally does not lose its shine at all. Like when I say, I wish I could show y'all my toes, but they look crusty. But y'all, like when I say this top coat is so shiny, like so freaking shiny. Like the other day my fiance was like, did you just do your toes? I was like, no, but he was talking about because they look so shiny. Even like with me wearing socks every day, working out, like it's still super shiny. Y'all, my fiance really has watched me do so many nails that I think that he could do my nails for real. I was telling him today because like I said, I judged the nail competition today, and the other judge that was there with me, she's actually a hairdresser, so she didn't know too much about nails. And so I kind of had to walk her through some stuff, and I told my fiance, I was like, you literally know probably more about nails than she did. And not in a rude way. It's just like I said, she was just there volunteering, and she's a hairdresser. Like she knows a little bit about nails, but she's a hairdresser, so maybe we can do a video together where he do my nails. He literally could do a voiceover for me too, y'all. Like he know all of the steps. And he knows exactly how I word everything too. He's watching this video and he's in the comments, so try to convince him. Because I told him that I want him to do my voiceover, but he just did not want to. So y'all let him know that y'all want him to do my voiceover. I might have my younger sister come over so I can do a set on her, so I can do the voiceover on that video. Maybe he can do my next, maybe when I take the set off, he can do a set on me. Or maybe he can do my feet. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and cure for 60 seconds. Janice, you're crazy. Yes, the top coat is so shiny, y'all. Y'all, like, even, yes, y'all see his comment. He told me, saying, hey, everyone. Y'all know how I used to say that in all of my videos? Well, I think I still do. He always make fun of me for saying that. Tamara, you ain't have to say all that, girl. But no, like I was just doing something. I knew I didn't like it either. But the white that I used is this is in the shade Snow White from my Christmas collection, I think, which is still on my website. Yeah, but it's like a shimmery off white. Well, no, it's a white, but it's just shimmery. Yeah, so maybe you can do both. You can do maybe we can do a video where you do a whole set on me and the voiceover to go with it. Maybe we can even make it a live and you just like walk them through you doing my set. Which I think should we make it alive and he walk y'all through it, or maybe I feel like he probably gonna want to concentrate and so he may not be able to talk and work at the same time. Okay, so I cured for 60 seconds and y'all look at how shiny that is. Okay, we'll make sure we schedule it ahead of time. So y'all think a live will be good? Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and do the same on this other hand. I may just have him do one hand, y'all, because we gonna be here on live all day if he was to do both of my hands. Thank you. Yes, so again, that white is, y'all, I think y'all seen me touch my nail. That's why it's super important to not touch your nails, or even when you're doing clients, please let them know to not touch their nails, because we do have a lot of like natural oils on our fingers or on our hands, and so if those oils get on the nail, the polish will kind of like start spreading out just from those oils. So I wiped it off and then I'm gonna go ahead and reapply the top coat. It was just on my thumb, but I wiped off all of them anyways. Yeah, I like, it's always like little pieces of lint literally coming out of nowhere. They be so random. But okay, I think we're set as far as, I know y'all said y'all want us to do a live of him doing one of my hands and then talking you guys through it. So sounds like a plan. We'll figure out when. We'll have to wait. Maybe like in 2 weeks after this set is ready to come off, because I don't like keeping my sets on for too long. So maybe I'll soak it off and then let him do a new set on me. Hey, hey D. I know you're probably busy because you usually don't miss any of my videos, but I'm glad to see that you made it right in time just to even say hey. So flaming tongue. So if you, all of the top coats that I use, or even this one, which is my gel top coat, um, they are non-wipe, which means that they don't leave a sticky layer on the top of the nail. But if you do have those top coats that leave that sticky layer, which is called an inhibition layer, all you want to do is just get a little lint-free wipe and just get some alcohol and just wipe the top of the nail, and that should get rid of that tacky layer. And for the most part, I think all companies now make their top coats non-wipe. I think it's just the older ones that you still have to like wipe off and stuff. Okay. The lamp that I'm using is I was gonna say Makar Flawless Pro UV LED light, and they do sell it as a bundle with the drill, or of course you can buy it individually. But they're both wireless, and so I really like them because the battery lasts on them so long, and so oh. I definitely recommend them for sure. Like I said, I do have a promo code for them, so I'll be sure to link that down below as soon as we're done with this live. But before we get off, because I'm almost done, of course, I do want to just thank everybody for tuning into this live. Really, really appreciate it. I know it was super random and just a spur of the moment thing, but I feel like that's when my lives do the best, when they're just random. So again, definitely appreciate it. And next time we do a live, I'm sure I'll do one before then, but we'll be doing the live where my fiance do my set. So that should be fun for me and for you guys to watch. I know he'll do good, y'all. He's been watching me. He's my student. He be watching when I'm working. So he's my best student. So he'll do good. Yeah, I'll be sure to save this live so you guys can go back and watch. Again, y'all, just a little reminder, make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure that you, I already said subscribe, but make sure that you hit the little button so you turn on your notifications. That way, anytime I post, you are notified and you don't miss anything. So now I'm going to go in and just apply my cuticle oil. And just rubbing that in. And y'all, remember y'all, make sure you cuticle your oils. Make sure you oil your cuticles as often as you can. Keep those babies moisturized, because if not, you're gonna be walking around with crusty cuticles, and that's not cute. Okay, so take care of your cuticles. And this is just my pineapple cuticle oil, which is available on my site. Well, I applied a little too much. Okay, but here is what my nails, or how my nails turned out. So I just ended up doing the top coat over my my ombre. Thank you so much, Dee. I really appreciate your comment. I love getting good feedback about my products. So turned out really, really pretty. Absolutely love the nude. Again, that is in the shade No Tan Lines. And the glittery white is in the shade Snow White. So pretty. So again, I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me turn around so I can see you guys. Well, not see you, but so y'all can see me. Hold on. Ah. Oh, I thought I had turned my phone off. Oof. But again, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys liked my nails, which were the same, but just filled them in. They don't look crusty anymore, because like I said, y'all can't be walking around with this big old rock on my fingers, and then when people ask to see my nails, they can't be crusty. So there it go. Y'all right, I can't put all those diamonds on my nails because I already got enough on there, y'all. We got 30 diamonds right there. We don't need to add no more. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. I feel like I got really detailed with this feel. So I know that it was really, really helpful, which I'm glad. But I am gonna call it a night. Like I said, I still have to eat dinner and stuff, y'all. It's 9:23 out here, so I'll be eating a late dinner. But as always, thank you guys so much for tuning in. I absolutely love you guys for the interaction, and just tuning in. So I thank you, Sharon. But I will see you guys next time. I hope you guys have a great night. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And yeah, come here, Money. Come here, honey, Money. Honey's been trying to get up here the whole time. She needs a haircut, y'all. Don't mind her. She goes to the groomer on Wednesday. But we will see you guys next time.